If a Terminator robot stops killing people and just lives a quiet life, is it still a Terminator? That's the question posed by 2019's Terminator Dark Fate, and it goes straight to the heart of our perception of personal identity, our concerns about free will, and our relationship with technology. In Dark Fate, Sarah Connor and the other main characters meet an aging Terminator named Carl. Carl turns out to be one of the T-800s sent back in time by Skynet in the 1980s. I'll try to avoid spoilers, so I'll just say that he ran out of instructions and had to figure out what to do. So, what does a T-800 without a kill order do? Essentially, he went native. He observed humanity, used his skills to set up a small business doing custom drapes, and even adopted a family that had suffered at the hands of an emotionally volatile man, and therefore found Carl's flat, emotionless temperament deeply comforting. Personally, I love the Terminator franchise, and Carl is absolutely my favorite character in the entire series. The idea of a murderous robot that becomes a protector, not because it's programmed to, like the one in T2, but because it chooses to, it warms my heart. I may actually have cried a little in the theater the first time I saw this movie, but there's no evidence of that. Anyway, on a philosophical level, Carl does some heavy lifting. First, he's a textbook example of what philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, the first person to turn down a Nobel Prize, called self-creation. Carl acknowledges the influence of his inherent nature and his environment, but consciously chooses what to become. As Sartre taught, man is nothing else but what he makes of himself. The idea here is that if a T-800 has enough free will to learn, study, and deliberately rewrite his own programming, we do too. If a killer robot can become peaceful, productive, and even worthy of love, then each of us can do the same. That is a profoundly inspiring message hidden inside a violent, action-packed sci-fi movie, which is part of why sci-fi is such a great genre. We don't necessarily think about Carl teaching us a lesson, but on some level, we walk away thinking, if a Terminator can find redemption after doing terrible things, maybe I can come back from the mistakes I've made too. The other big thing Carl does is illustrate the difference between what Catholic priest and social philosopher Ivan Illich called manipulative tools and convivial tools. Out of the box, the T-800 is the ultimate manipulative tool. It destroys human life in the service of an inhuman system. But Carl has turned himself into a convivial tool. He adds beauty to people's homes through precisely installed window treatments. He provides safety and stability to his wife and stepson. And despite Sarah Connor's hatred for him, he helps her in her quest to protect humanity. The point here is that whether a technology is manipulative or convivial depends both on how it is designed and how it is used. For example, I use social media as a convivial tool to share discussions of topics that I believe are genuinely beneficial. But the platforms themselves are designed to be addictive and to amplify provocative and mind-numbing content, which is inherently manipulative. In the same way, one particular Terminator can manage a drapery business and build a family rather than hunting and killing people. But that doesn't change the way that the Terminator technology is intended to be used. AI is the same way. We can use it as a powerful convivial tool that helps us accomplish difficult tasks and solve challenging problems, or we can become dependent on it to think for us. Looking back at the Terminator universe, we can even use AI to create something as structurally anti-convivial and manipulative as Skynet. The choice is ours. Ultimately, that's the lesson Carl teaches us. Each of us has the power, the agency, to choose whom we become and how we use the technology around us. If a Terminator can live as a good person after doing bad things, we can too. And if even a machine designed to destroy life can be used to uplift it, then we can use machines that way as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.